When to Leave a Relationship. This is a story that's part of a whole series of inspirational short stories. And it's called Martha and the Tree. Martha lived in a house, and at the front of the house there was this big, tall tree. It was the wrong kind of tree to have in the front of a house, or anywhere near a house for that matter, for it had started to cause cracks in the front of the house. But Martha, well, she liked the tree. It was familiar. And at night she could hear it scratching against the window of her bedroom at the front. And she could hear the wind moving through it. It was what she knew. People who came to visit advised her that she really should get it removed. But she didn't listen. And the front room where people sat and had cups of tea and coffee with her, it was very dark. And people found it depressing. And she didn't listen, so they sort of stopped visiting. Well, there came a time when her son came over from New Zealand to visit his mum. And he was very happy to see her, but quite concerned about the tree. And by now, the tree's roots had started to make the floorboards uneven in the front room. And he pointed this out. But of course, she didn't listen. Anyway, her son decided that she needed a holiday. And so it was that the two of them, they took off to Scotland and to Wales. They looked at all the sights and they caught up on all the years that they'd been apart. It was a great holiday. Martha was very happy, and during this time, her son convinced her that she either needed to remove the tree or to move. So they got home and her son said that he would help her. He would help her buy another house if that's what she wanted to do. But when she unpacked her things, she wondered why she'd agreed. It felt like a betrayal almost. And so her son, who'd gone off visiting other people, she rang him and she said, "Look, I'm sorry, I can't do this." What could he do? He went back to New Zealand, and she carried on with her life as it had been before. One very stormy day, she left the house and she went to get a pint of milk and a newspaper and a couple of things from the shop down the road. And the gusts of wind were so strong that she had to pull her coat around her. And as she turned into her street, she heard the most sickening noise. It was a big crash, followed by a ripping and a tearing. It was almost as if she knew. And as she approached the house, she saw that the tree had destroyed the whole front of it. And as she stood there looking at it, she realised that it had almost destroyed her. I hope you liked that story. If you did, please click the like button and maybe comment. And you might subscribe, for I've got lots of stories on this channel. And if you'd like to know more about how you might use stories with a purpose, then click on the link below and I will send you a free tips on how to use stories. Thank you very much for listening.